You, the koi keeper, needs to understand how a koi grows and the requirements needed to make that happen. The problem is with the koi keeper, not with the koi. The problem is with the koi keeper not giving the koi the right conditions to grow. The koi, they know how to grow, but need to be given the right conditions by the koi keeper. After 30 years breeding over hundreds of thousands of koi, I'm breaking down the essential building blocks for growing on koi. You can grow koi with some success without them, but I guarantee far better results than you ever imagined with them all in place. Let's deep dive. There are 5 basic building blocks for koi growth, but in this video we're going to be looking at 4 of them. They are filtration, water temperature, oxygen, and food. The 5th building block will have a video all to itself. If you have all these blocks in place in your pond, you will have growth. But unless you understand what part each of these factors plays in growing koi, you will lack great koi growth. Growing koi is like knocking dominoes over. You have to have your setup tank set up correctly for it all to work properly. Skip some of the video and you will get koi growth, but not as good as if you had all your dominoes set up correctly. Each building block has a knock-on effect with all the other building blocks, just like with dominoes. It's the accumulative effect of all of them being in the right place, working together. But miss a block or domino and the whole thing suffers. In our case, koi growth. My view of koi growth is like a balancing act on a seesaw. With good water quality, what affects one affects the other one. Koi growth goes up, water quality goes down. Simple, I know, but it's far from a perfect analogy. If the water quality goes down, koi growth does not go up, but it's easy to see the principle and grasp that we need to balance out the 2 sides with each other. If we feed heavily, we need better filtration to cope with all the pollution caused by the food. We must continually balance out each side of the seesaw to keep them in equilibrium. For instance, oxygen. Why is it important? 5 oxygen atoms are used up in the nitrogen cycle alone, so it makes sense to add an air stone to the water going to the filter. Warm water holds less oxygen, so if the water is warm, you need to add more oxygen. Koi need air to breathe. They need it to process their food. The list goes on and on. If the water is warmer, the koi are more active and need more oxygen. Now suddenly the word oxygen conjures up a lot of different links. 5 oxygen atoms, nitrogen cycle, air stone in the water to the filter. Warm water needs more oxygen, koi food, breathing. Understanding these are part of the individual factors that play a crucial role in growing koi. If you watch the video through and master these building blocks, your koi growth will skyrocket and you will be amazed at the growth of your koi and what they can achieve. The koi use oxygen to swim and to process the food they eat, and the filter uses up 5 atoms of oxygen in the nitrogen cycle, converting ammonia to nitrite. Warmer water holds less, so koi can survive low oxygenated cold water, but die in warm, low oxygenated water. This is why koi die in warm summer mornings when the oxygen is at its lowest in the pond. The larger koi succumb first, as their gill size to body ratio is smaller than with small koi. The bigger koi need plenty of air to grow well. There are several ways to add air: splash returns, via a weir, pipe, venturi, but these can create back pressure, an air pump, air stones, or an air bar. You can make your own air bar and fit it to any size you want. Check out this video. I used an air bar to move the food around the pond to stop them fighting for food. This saves damage to the koi and less stress for me. Oxygen is very important at higher temperatures. Warmer water holds less oxygen. Also, the koi use more oxygen at higher temperatures as they're more active at higher temperatures. They can double in size, but the gills don't double in size. As koi grow, their gills are not keeping up with their growth. They can double in size, but their gills don't double in size. This is why large koi are the first to suffer if there is any deficiency in oxygen. There was a Japanese Grand Champion koi that died some years ago because someone had simply removed the air stones in the vat to photograph the koi and failed to replace them. What is talked about is the gallonage of the pond and turnover rates, and they're pointless. You need to focus on the number of koi and the size of the koi and the amount that you are feeding to them. Do this and you are guaranteed success with your filter. It is not the volume of the water a koi is swimming in that is important, but the quality of the water that the koi is swimming in that is paramount. We argue endlessly about which is the correct turnover rate for a pond without giving water quality a thought. But it's the very essence of keeping koi. Water quality, water quality, water quality should be the endless chant of every koi keeper. If your water quality is right, the koi will look after themselves and grow naturally to their full potential. Good water quality is not necessarily clear water. Clear water is important to the koi keepers to be able to see their koi. Good water quality is low in ammonia, nitrate. It should be stable in pH and temperature, etc. Water is an ever-changing liquid. It's called the universal solvent, in constant change of flux, absorbing pollutants and oxygen, etc., and losing them just as quickly. It's the job of every koi keeper to try and manage this ever-changing liquid to give their koi stable water conditions. The smaller the volume of water, the quicker things can go from good to bad. I'm talking in hours, not weeks or months. A tank full of fry may have been struggling at 9 a.m. in the morning and dying like flies at 8 p.m. The water quality plummets. Water quality is governed by a number of factors. Water temperature, which governs the amount of food fed to the koi, which in turn governs how much waste they produce. High temperature equals high intake of food equals high waste produce equals low water quality. High protein food and treats to stimulate feeding equals high protein, high growth, high waste, lower water quality. Size and number of koi present, high numbers, lower water quality, lower growth. I never do any water changes is a true statement, but very misleading as it implies I don't replace or change any water. The truth is I change all the time with a slow dribble, a trickle in through a 3-pod water purifier all the time. Standing water is a killer. You must refresh the water in your pond with new water daily and every day. If you refreshed enough of your water, you could in theory do away with a filter system altogether. When I say refresh water, that is water that must be put through a water purifier to clean the tap water suitable for the koi to swim in. I spoke to the water board several years ago, and the spokesman for the company said, "The water is only made suitable for humans to drink. It is not made suitable for your koi to swim in." My argument has always been, if it isn't good enough for my koi to swim in, is it good enough for me to drink? Hence all our drinking water goes through a water purifier as well. With all the windows shut, no fresh air going in, and somebody cranks up the thermostat to make people eat more. Would you feel hungry? But go out in the fresh air and get a bit of exercise, and you can come in and eat a horse. Well, it's the same for koi. They need fresh water and a bit of exercise to stimulate their appetite. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe if you're interested in growing or breeding koi. There are nearly 300 videos on the channel for you to binge watch.